The partnership process is one borrowed audience strategy that definitely takes some time to build. However, it is truly one of the most powerful because you are truly leveraging someone else's audience that already loves and trusts them. So these are also known as joint venture, JV collaborations. You can call it whatever you want, but essentially what is happening here is you're entering into an agreement with someone who has a similar audience, a micro influencer as you, and you're going to give them very high value in exchange to exposure to their list, to their social media channels, to their entire audience. So the idea is to do some sort of an event or some sort of value, giving some sort of value to their audience. It could be a webinar that you host specifically for their audience, going live in their Facebook group, or even sharing your things, your challenge to their list, or your event to their list. There are a few caveats here. This thing that you're giving away, this webinar or this training, it's got to be a very high value for the partner to want to do this with you. It's got to serve their audience in a way that they cannot. It's got to be a win-win, because if they're giving you exposure to their audience, their built audience, what are you doing in exchange? Will you share their stuff with your audience? Will you potentially even give them a commission on the enrollments that are generated from this webinar, this training, or this event that you do? So this can be both online or in person. You could, again, do a webinar on a very specific topic for someone else's audience, and vice versa. They can do a webinar for your topic where they introduce you to their audience, announce that this webinar, this training's happening. They send people to you to sign up. This is a great way to actually grow an email list if that's something you're interested in. With joint ventures, it's a two-way street, meaning that they're doing for you and you're doing something for them in return. And remember, we approach all borrowed audience strategies with this mindset of what's in it for them, what's in it for my partner, right? So we, Beyond Macros, have seen a lot of success in our JV collaborations. And this is where connection is just so important, because not everybody in your audience is going to become a client or a customer. And sometimes the people that you connect with, though, they'll become collaborators. And this truly is the reason why it is so important to always be building your audience, right? Because once you're exposed to one person, it could immediately open up the opportunity to get exposure to everyone that they're connected with, and so on and so forth. Like, you could grow your audience by the thousands, tens of thousands, up to the millions. It's true. Now, there are several different kinds of joint venture collaborations. You could actually create a whole challenge or an event with an individual. And by default, then you'd be sharing with each other and with each other's audiences. You could do a webinar on a specific topic for someone else's audience, and vice versa, where they, again, introduce you to their audience, announce the webinar, send people to sign up with you. You could do any of those things. We use UpViral actually as a link to sign up for our challenges, if that's something that you're interested in. So when it comes to who to partner with, you want to choose someone, again, who has a similar audience but does not do the same thing as you, right? Because you don't want to come across as competition, but as complementary to what they're already doing. So again, it's more of a collaborative approach. So you could partner with somebody who does biohacking or focuses more on movement or fitness or the mindset piece, or yoga. Again, I guess that goes in with movement and fitness, right? So, and I really want you to think outside of the box here. In-person strategies, borrowed audiences, if you have a primarily female audience, maybe you could do an event together at the person's in-person salon that they own, and you can do like a ladies' night in. You can do something. We talk about this with the In Real Life challenge at a gym. I mean, there's just so many ways that you could spin this. You could do something at a local like women's boutique or place that sells fitness attire or equipment or yoga mats. I mean, really, like, the possibilities are truly endless. Oh my God, like a restaurant, right? Like, you bring people in and you're teaching them how to build plates. I mean, again, possibilities are really endless here. So I want you to take action. So I want you to just brainstorm potential partners for collaborations. You can make a more general list, or you can actually write out, if you know exactly who the person is or that business, the exact person that you want to partner with, write it down. And remember that it has to be a win-win, and even exchange of value in order for this to make sense. And make a list of your dream partners, the expert brands or the expert companies that you would just die to, to collaborate with, right? But go pie in the sky here. You can go realistic, and then you can also go, again, pie in the sky. But we want you to make a list, because once you create those power partnerships, when you can get just one or two of them, and you do a few events and you do a few things together throughout the year, maybe you do 2 events together every 6 months or once every quarter. This truly is an amazing way to grow your audience and to also increase your clients. Can't wait to see what you come up with, Coach.